Well, hello. For those of you who have significantly forgotten who I am, because I haven't made a video in forever, let's be just real honest. Chaz from Elevate Coaching. Nice to meet me. Anyways, dude, it's been a hot minute since I made a video, and I want to be honest, this year's been different. So I started a series a couple months ago where I was going to take you on this journey, life of a pro cyclist. And I'm gonna be honest, it got real busy, real quick, and it got kind of hard to actually film and do all this stuff while also focusing on my training and focusing on racing. So one of the hard things was I went out to Redlands, was one of my first big races with the team. And it was a 5-day stage race. I was going to document the whole thing, you know, get some race footage and whatnot. And not making excuses, but I did not do a good job of that. And I think most of it was because I wanted to just focus on my role for the team. And I also wanted to focus on my recovery and nutrition and racing versus actually going out and making video and content. And I hope that you would definitely understand that. So when it came to Redlands, I totally dropped the ball. Just didn't want to make any videos. I wanted to just focus on what was happening. The other thing that's been really hard to make videos is, I think performance-wise, I haven't been performing the way that I'm used to performing. So it's been hard to want to share. In my eyes, nothing to share, you know? Like sometimes it's just hard to share things when you really don't have a whole lot to show. I could have shown you know, how Redlands went, but I'm gonna be honest, Redlands went completely awful for me. I came into it flat on my fitness. Every day ended up just being a day to survive for time cut. Like there was nothing really to be stoked about. You know, Redlands was not the race that I wanted it to be. I wanted to come into that closer to peak form, be rolling really well, you know, hopefully shoot for like a top 10 on GC or something. But man, it was just not good. But on the plus side, I turned into being kind of a workhorse for the team when I could be, which I'll be honest, my fitness was so bad that I couldn't do a whole lot for the team, and I feel pretty bad about that. But then from Redlands, we went straight to Europe, and Europe was interesting. So boom, we're in Europe now. Europe was sick. Obviously, it was not my best performance in Europe. I'm gonna be honest, the level of competition in Europe blew away anything I experienced in the US. We had a couple races where the last race we did had UAE, NMRJ, and Israel Premier Tech in it. To give you some idea, NMRJ won that day solo. Simon Clark from Israel Premier Tech came in 4th. It was a hard mountain day. 126 people started. Under 50 finished, like 40 something. So it was a very, very tough day. But race-wise, it was hard too for me to get any footage because UCI races, you aren't allowed to video. So it was kind of like, how do I make content on a race when I can't video it? So that's another reason why I really didn't do a whole lot. Although all of our races were televised via live stream or actual TV channels, which is super cool. Denmark was sick. because we had the helicopter following us and all kinds of different things. Like, it was legit like Tour de France. It was so cool. Every little town you would come to, there was people out the road cheering you on as you came through. Because now, remind you, a lot of these UCI races were start here and there, or you do a giant loop. So super cool stuff. But yeah, racing wise for me didn't go that well. I had 2 races where I didn't finish because of crashes. One race we were doing like over almost 60K an hour. I think it's around like 35, something like that in the peloton, when about 40 guys go down in front of me. By the time you get around that crash, I mean, the field is gone with, like, you know, 15K left. So that ended one of my races for me. Another one was in Denmark. Crash happened. I got ran into the back of and crashed into a ditch. And it was like 500 meters before the next gravel sector. So chasing to get back onto the group as we hit gravel, and then we came out of gravel and we went immediately into the next one. Just blew some matches and spit out the back with probably 40K to go. You know, but again, Mads Pedersen was there from the Denmark national team with another guy from Movistar and another guy from Bahrain. Like, competition was, dude, it was world class. It was awesome. I definitely enjoyed this racing style in Europe. But one thing is, like, I just haven't had a good year on the bike. You know, sometimes it happens. And it's been really frustrating. And mentally it messed with me a little bit in Europe. But then it was like, dude, I'm in Europe. Like, I'm here for 5 weeks doing the races. Yeah, I get my butt kicked, but at the same time, I get to experience Italy, got to experience Denmark. You know, we flew through Switzerland, we flew through Germany a couple times. I got to, like, kind of see all these different cultures and countries I've never experienced before. So that was super cool. Denmark, by far one of my favorite places to go. It's pretty flat up there, but outside of it being flat, I mean, there's just bypass everywhere. People were so friendly and nice. It was insane. Like, Denmark was sick. It was a little expensive, but it was cool. Italy was super cool as well. The hotel we stayed at, Hotel Perla, one of our sponsors, dude, next level. Literally had a chef that would cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner for us every day. It was insane. The training roads around there were cool. Kantani was from that area, so we did a lot of, like, his training routes and stuff. Super sick things. Now, given all of this, at the end of the day, like, I'm still in a pro team and I got to experience some really cool things. You know, is it everything that I thought it would be? No. But it's still a pro team taking me to places where I get to experience things that honestly I've never experienced until now in my life. The other cool thing is my wife got to come over for 2 weeks. My mom was able to come over as well, like, just hang out and take in the sights. My teammate Joseph, we roomed together for the most part and really became really good friends, and his wife came over too, and next thing you know, we're going to, like, Cinque Terre and things like that. Just checking out all these different sites. Got to go see Venice. I mean, it was, honestly, the experience was amazing. Was my fitness there? No. Did it ruin my trip? No. So one thing is, I'm pretty motivated right now to get the fitness back on track. So being home has been nice because now I can get back into the rhythm. I can eat how I usually eat. I can get back to training the way I train. While over there with the fitness issues, some things kind of went on behind the scenes. My coach actually ended up moving me over to another coach So no longer coached by Scott Moniger, which I loved everything that he did for me fitness wise, but he passed me on to Tim Cusick. So now I'm working with Tim Cusick, and honestly, like, we've been working together for 2-3 weeks, and oh my gosh, so many cool things happening with what we're just dealing with training wise. And the cool thing about, I think, Tim is he's not only focusing on my training, he's really diving deep into my nutrition. He's really diving deep into my habits outside of just riding, like, to everything. One of the first meetings was like, hey, you're a professional now, so we gotta change some things. And I think that's one thing that I really needed, because yeah, going through the motion of things is one thing, but like, I've never been at this level before, so this is new for me. And honestly, that's why the year's played out the way it's played out, because it's new. It's a new experience. And Tim has coached plenty of athletes at this level, and he is sharing every bit of knowledge he has with me on how I can be the best I can be. Again, we're only like 2 to 3 weeks in with each other, working together, but man, he has got me getting dialed, and it is really nice. It's just a slight change. It is what it is, you know, that's life. But anyways, I want to just kind of give you an idea of why I hadn't made content. It's been hard. My results hadn't been there, so it's like, what do I have to show? UCI Racing, I couldn't film anything. You know, now I'm back in the States doing some local stuff. I'm on the team bike. So because I'm on the team bike too, I had to figure out the whole mount thing, because Bosso has its own stem, stuff like that. And finally figured out a mount for the front end. So now I'm gonna start getting local races on the camera. And then, you know, I'm gonna do the best I can do. So, dude, I really appreciate y'all hanging in there. I was at a crit last weekend. Gosh, I'm spacing on his name. I want to say it was Alex or Alec. And he was like, dude, I miss you making videos. I was like, man, you're not the only one that's been telling me that. I've had plenty of people tell me, like, dude, when you're making more videos, even my wife's like, you need to make videos. I'm like, I know. So something I'm working on. Anyways, and just thanks for all the support, guys. Hey, I think part of it's just being humble and realizing, like, it just hasn't been my year, and that's okay. It's gonna happen. I got time to rebound. So it's only June. It's only June. But we can only fail up from here, hopefully. Anyways, I'll chat with you guys soon. See you later.